lot of you want to know about our surrogacy updates. Are you still working with... This is a very ugly placement for a microphone, but I like the turtleneck and I'm manifesting fall. I haven't done a sit-down Q&A with you guys in a really long time. As much as I do put out on the internet, there's so much that I don't put out on the internet, mostly because there's no time to tell you guys everything. As the YouTubers do, I went to Instagram to source some questions, and I'm gonna answer a few juicy ones to start and then a few juicy ones later. Oh, this video is sponsored by Omaze. I am gonna talk to you guys about them here in just a few minutes, but let's jump into some of these questions, shall we? A lot of you want to know about our surrogacy updates. Said with a big gulp. You guys have been on a very long fertility journey with me here on the internet, and the journey is continuing. I just needed a pause for a few months, just emotionally and physically. There was so much trauma that was going on with all of that, and I just needed to completely unplug, and I'm ready to pick things back up again. Two reasons why we have waited to even start this process. Actually, three reasons. The first reason is I wanted Matt and I to both be in a good headspace. That's the saying. The second reason why we waited is because money. Surrogacy is so expensive, and rightfully so. It's a huge sacrifice. I got pricing from an agency that is a boutique agency that was highly recommended to me by my own fertility doctor, who she just used. If everything goes perfectly, the price is somewhere around $110,000. You have to come up with that money somehow. So it has been a saving time for us. Even though we have been spending a lot of money on our desert renovation project, there is a lot of like budgeting and flip-flopping of where we're spending money to make it all make sense financially. The third reason why we've had to wait is because there's something called a surrogacy season, which I didn't know was a thing. And that is because insurance companies only have open enrollment during the November-December timeframe, where you as intended parents would be paying for the health insurance of the surrogate that you choose. So the only time you can really sign up for an affordable healthcare plan is if you do it within the months of November and December. So we really couldn't financially do it any other way. So it's just the whole thing. I can't wait to do videos about it because there's just not enough content out there about what the heck does this process even look like? If you're wondering why we're doing surrogacy, I'm not gonna exhaust you with all the many details. I'll put a couple videos down in the description that you can find out about our whole fertility journey. Are you nervous about getting a surrogate? I am nervous a little bit. I've never been through an experience like this, so I have no idea how I'm actually gonna feel once we do it. I have spoken to a couple of people who've had surrogates in the past, and they were very anxious they were in therapy for it because it was a very stressful thing. But I do feel like there's so many amazing surrogacy stories out there. Send me tips if you have any tips. How do I convince my brother to not get a Tesla? He doesn't care that you hate it. Well, first of all, I don't hate my Tesla. I just think I would have bought something else had I known what I know now. And honestly, tell your brother to buy it. If that's what he really wants to do, go for it. I wish him all the best. When will the desert house be done? Oh my gosh, what a great question. I don't know if you guys know, I bought a house out near Joshua Tree. I'm renovating it currently. I had a plan of having it be a 1-year renovation project. So we bought it in December of last year, and here we are, and December's like tomorrow, I think. But I think most of it will be done by the end of the year this year. We have had so much drama with contractors. It is more drama than I dealt with in high school, which is saying a lot. What's the hardest part about doing the house stuff? The hardest part is being so far away. I live 2.5 hours away, and I can't be on site every day overseeing the workflow. And if I was on site, I would have called BS on a lot of stuff. And I think this work would have gotten done so much faster. Okay, so this is the part of the video where I talk to you guys about Omaze. If you don't have the money or the budget or the time or the resources to renovate a house, you're in luck. One of you will have the chance to win a $130,000 $60,000 tiny home that you get to design, you get to customize, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, winning a tiny home is gonna be much better than renovating a house. If you haven't heard of Omaze, it's a company that gives away once in a lifetime prizes and experiences while also donating to charities all across the world. And by entering, you get to give other people and other charities an opportunity to do more and make a bigger difference in the world. Make sure you go to omaze.com/Erin Robinson. You can enter for a chance to win right there. It's very easy. It's also kind of fun. They're working with Trueform Tiny, which is a tiny home company, to give one person an amazing gift of a brand new tiny home. Additionally, you'll be supporting a great cause. Donations will support the work of the National Park Foundation. So go to omaze.com/Erin Robinson, enter for your chance to win. How much have you spent on the house so far? I'm afraid to answer this question because I don't even actually know at this point, but I think it's somewhere in the $60,000 range. The bigger question is how much more money are you going to spend? And that number is far more than what we've already spent. But we knew this going into it. We knew what we were willing to spend, and we've been budgeting for it. You guys saw we spent about $12,000 of that on our floors. We put an all new air conditioning system and heating system in the house. We had to put a new electric panel for the house because it was so old. We did 2 bathroom installs, and the labor alone I think was around $14,000 for both, plus materials and mortgage payments and power bills. We're building a kitchen right now, and that's starting at around $17,000, and it's probably gonna go up from there. Someone who's good at math, tell me how much I've spent. I don't know if I want to know. We are lucky that we have partners, so not all of the budget is coming from mine and Matt's income, which is a blessing because we also have to pay all this money for surrogacy. So it's a blessing. We try to make choices that are cheaper when we can. Like for instance, Matt and I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches almost every day for our lunch. So I also try to stay away from shopping. I do some like shopping from time to time, but I can't trust myself in a Target or a mall. The panini has helped a lot because I haven't been anywhere, so I don't spend as much money. We also haven't been traveling very much unless it's paid for work. How to make money on social media hacks, tricks. I have put a whole course thing together. I'll link it down below. A lot of you guys have actually purchased it. It's specifically on how to make money on YouTube. There's a lot of valuable information there, and I could probably do 100 videos about this. What caused you to move away from North Carolina? Unlike a lot of people who leave their small towns for big city life, I didn't hate North Carolina. I love that place. I love being from a small town. I love knowing everybody. If I could put all of the opportunities in Los Angeles in my small town, I would have never left. But unfortunately, I couldn't grow my career there and fulfill kind of my life's purpose. And I'm really glad that I moved away because I obviously had a lot of great experiences that I never would have gotten. I also have met a lot of people and been exposed to a lot of new types of cultures and thinking that I would have never been exposed to there. And of course, I wouldn't have met Matt if I had been there. So I'm really grateful that I was able to spread my wings, although I do miss it. What makes you want to stay a redhead? Matt, he loves my red hair. I love my red hair, but he's only known me as a redhead. And if he didn't love it so much, I probably would have changed my hair color 10 times. At this point, I'm just fully committed to the red. I don't think I'll ever change it. When are you starting your podcast? I need juicy details of your pageant days. I toyed around with playing. I toyed around with the idea of doing a podcast, but everybody has a podcast now, and it's just, I don't know if having more long-winded conversations in the atmosphere is something that people need from me. I get so tired of hearing people go on and on. Like, I think people think that they're experts and stuff, and so they just love to sit down and talk for an hour. Maybe I could do a podcast that was like a series, limited, just like 6 episodes or something about a specific topic. But this idea of having to do a weekly show where you just go on and on and on and on and on about your own personal experiences, I just don't know if people care that much. What's your favorite junk food? It's gotta be French fries, cheeseburgers, and mac and cheese. I don't know, they're all my favorites. Like children, how do you choose? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I see myself in 2 different places in 10 years, so we'll see which one shapes out. The first one is we'll still be in Los Angeles, ideally with a family, still in this entertainment space doing something. Luckily, I have a billion different skill sets and I have lots of different things I would be interested in doing for the rest of my life. So there are lots of options. Matt's killing it in his career. He's an entertainment media and business attorney. He's just like incredible. So that's option A. The only caveat with option A is that in 10 years, we need to be making so much money that it's worth it. And by that, I mean, we are far away from our family, so we won't have that support of like help with the kids. Also, the schools here are really bad, sadly, and I don't know what that looks like. Will I have to hire someone to homeschool my kids? Will I have to homeschool my kids? Will I have to send them to a private school? Which I don't really want to do that. I don't. So we have to be exponentially making so much more money in order to make that life work. The cost of living in so many other places is so much lower and your quality of life is so much better. I just find it hard to want to be here in 10 years. Also, I don't want to have to make $1 million a year in order to live somewhere. That's just a lot of stress and I don't even know if that's possible. Do people do that? I'm not even sure. Option B is that we move somewhere else at some point in the next 10 years, maybe closer to family or in a place that has a much lower cost of living, that has better schools, that, you know, has maybe less crime going on outside of my window, literally almost weekly. And, you know, maybe places with parking lots that you don't have to pay $14 every time you park there, you know, simple things. So check back in with me in 10 years and see where I'm at. Do you have siblings? Yes, I have a sister. She is in nursing school right now. She's 20 years old. I was an only child my whole life until I was 18, and then my parents had my sister. So we both are sisters, but we've basically had only child lives. Sleep update. Oh my gosh, I'm still testing my sleep, but this magnesium juice that I talked about in my original video is still amazing. I will link it below. If you have problems falling asleep or staying asleep, oh my gosh, this stuff is so good. If you weren't doing video content, what would you be doing as a professional job? I think I probably would be a detective. I love solving crimes. Never really done it except for just sitting on my couch watching documentaries, but I love doing that. Are you still working with Clever? I haven't shot there since January and I don't have any plans. How is Otezla working for you? You guys know I was recently diagnosed with 2 autoimmune diseases, psoriatic arthritis and ankylosing spondylitis, say that 10 times fast, and we're still figuring out treatment options. I did get Otezla, which is the medication that my doctor wanted me to try. A lot of you were not fans. So because of that, I put pause while I was supposed to be traveling, and then I got back from some travels, and then I got the vid for a second time, and I'm still actually recovering from that right now. I'm trying to get my immune system kind of fully recovered from the vid before I start putting more medications in my body. How to combat autoimmune fatigue. Apparently diet is everything, but I don't know her, so I'm still working on what that actually could mean for me. So if you can get your diet figured out, I've heard that it changes the game. And lots of sleep. Would you ever get a second dog? I would love a second dog, but dogs are expensive. After Benji's $9,000 medical bill a couple of months ago, I'm like, I couldn't do 2 of these. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple of rapid fire questions really quickly. Disneyland or Knott's Berry Farm? Can I say neither? How do you order your steak? Medium to medium well, usually medium. I just don't like it bloody. Do you recommend box dye or professional color? I recommend professional color. I kind of ruined my hair with box dye. Do you have any baby photos of Benji? He was a cute baby, and yes, I have lots. What's your favorite thing to do for yourself? Massages and sleeping in. Must-haves in your bag or purse. I carry a fanny pack with me. If you guys know of any places that have cute fanny packs, let me know, because they honestly don't exist. I have nothing in my purse. I keep money, keys, I have a random paperclip thing, and this. This is my must-have. This is the most expensive thing that I own. Not the most, that's dramatic, but it is a balm that I use for like a lip balm, but it's kind of all natural and it's my favorite thing. I love this thing more than I love some people in my life, and it's $30. So this is a splurge. I'm looking up to make sure Matt's not listening. He's gonna be like, that's not in the budget. I'll link it below. You can buy it, but don't tell your partners. If you have any other questions you'd like me to answer, I might continue this back on Instagram or maybe in the community section on my channel, so subscribe if you want to know more about all the things that are going on in this weird life of mine. And also, I'm thinking about starting my vlog channel back up again. Let me know if you'd want to see that.